Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 16th of August. I'm back. Hopefully. Um, we'll see how this goes. We have got one update today. Westbridge Hills 22 by Zero Oito has had an update. The changelog doesn't say that it requires a new save game. It's fixed a few issues here and there, added a buying station for seed, fertilizer, lime, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, manure, liquid manure and animal feed. It's added corn and soybeans to the production of flour, increased the capacity in the grain mill, increased sawmill capacity and other minor corrections, but nothing about needing a new save game. So all is well there, hopefully. In front of me then, we've only got two mods today, but one of them is a mod pack, a mod minefield, let's call it that. First off then, the old bunker silo by BK Mods. This is 0.23 megabytes download, 2 slots on console, 5,000 to buy. When you put everything in it, it piles up in the middle. Sometimes you get them, they go flat across the top. This one goes to a point. I can't see any bleeding through the walls, which is quite nice. That at the moment is 250,000 litres, so potentially we're looking at maybe 500,000 litres, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I reckon that will hold somewhere around there. Looks very nice indeed. You'll find it under build mode and silos. That one just there, like I say, only 5 grand. Slot count comes down to 1. Oh, the other thing about this one is that's what I thought I'd mention. This is a 90-degree only placement. You can't rotate it through any angle you want. It's 90-degree at 90-degree angles only. There we go. The old bunker silo by BK Mods. Next. And breathe. We've got the potato processing. This is brilliant, I have to say, and it encompasses all of this here. This is by HarrisonFork, 15.31 megabytes to download. It starts with this, the best of the potato. So we've got the potato processing building. This is 15 slots, 80,000 to buy. And I'm trying to think of anything you can't do with potatoes in here. Apart from make a potato clock, I think that's probably the only thing you can't do. We also get greenhouses as part of this pack because some of the things that we need to do in here require some new crop types. So we have got in here peppers, onions, cucumber. It will do tomato, lettuce and strawberries. I think it does strawberries. Hang on a minute. Better double check that. Tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries, yes, it does the normal ones, but then cucumber, pepper and onions as well, which we'll need later on. The processes are saying 336, 672 cycles per month. Not hugely fast. I'm going to have to speed up time a little bit for us to get there. The greenhouses, we got a mid-size one here, which is 7 slots, 5 grand to buy. I've got 2 of those, and then we've got a large one here, which is 8 slots and 10,000 to buy. We'll have a look at them all in a moment as they start to produce a little bit more. I want to get at least one pallet out of each of them, then I'm going to set these to distributing, so they will distribute to here, and then we can get the processes going on here. And then in the background, we've got 2 sell points on this as well. We've got this one here, which is the farmer's wholesale. That's 12 slots and only £1, euro or dollar to buy. So that is literally just a sell point. It does say farmers wholesale, a placeable selling point where potato-based products and other farm products can be sold directly. Simples. This one is a little bit more complicated. This is the supermarket. This one is 13 slots and 80,000 to buy because this is a continuation of the production chain. If we go around to, where's our, oh, hang on a second. Can we only access it through, oh, that's interesting. Once placed, it puts this in. So all of these coins here, you'll see as we get to the top, where are we? We'll keep going. You'll see in a minute all the things we can do. There we go, supermarket. So if you want stuff to be sold here, this does give you a boost. The profit is about 30% higher than selling directly. However, the selling amount per day is limited. Storage space per product is only 4,000 litres. But it will process and it will sell with a 30% boost on there. So the recipes are whichever thing you're setting to go to here. It will give you that one 3.2 6.25, 10.94. So there's some nice bonuses to be made if you sell stuff to the supermarket, which is quite handy. So where would we find these things? So first of all, under productions, we've got the building. So the potato processing, as I said, 80 grand, slot count will come down to 1. If we go up to our sell points, we've got the farmers wholesale. Their slot count comes down to 1. Was only 1 to buy as well. The supermarket potato processing will come down to 1. That's there. Then we go to our greenhouses, and on the end there, we've got the mid-sized greenhouse for 5 grand and the large greenhouse for 10 grand. I have taken the liberty of putting some products in these already. I haven't set any off running yet, just to get an idea of how much stuff it requires to get going. I did add, out of the standard in-game additions, this is a silo addition, the water tank. The small one holds 10,000 litres, the large one holds 20. But when I go in and look at them, you'll probably notice as we scroll down. On there, that's saying 20 or just under 20,000. That's saying just under 30 because I added the extra tanks in. You don't have to add extra tanks. There's a few different mods available there for doing it. So we'll speed the up time in a little while to get those going. What we need to have a look at now is this. Putting in is done here. If you look bottom right, this will hold 10,000 litres of sunflower oil, 10,000 litres of canola oil, 60,000 litres of soybean, 20,000 litres of potatoes, just regular potatoes, 100,000 litres of water, 5,000 litres of cheese, 10,000 litres of milk, 10,000 litres of butter, 10,000 litres of tomato, 10,000 of eggs, 10,000 of flour, and 60,000 litres of corn. That's most of the products it needs. So as you can see, you'll need stuff from greenhouses, you'll need stuff from dairy, you'll need stuff from doing oil production. There's a whole load of stuff required. But on the left-hand side, these are things we can be making. So vegetable fats are going to be required for some of the other recipes. So canola oil, sunflower oil, and soybean will make us vegetable fats. 10,080, I'm going to put each one of those off and running. Premium potatoes, just need potatoes. I say just potatoes and water. That recipe will give you potatoes and starch. We are going to need starch later on, so I'm going to turn that on as well. So we come over to this side as we go down. That one there that says starch, there's nothing in there at the moment because you can't buy starch. We need to do this process to produce it. French fries will be premium potatoes and vegetable fat, which we're in the process of making. If we're going to want to do potato gratin, it's normal potatoes, water and cheese. We've got all of those things, so I can get some potato gratin going straight away if I want to. The French fries, I mean, I can put it on, but we haven't got any of those other products just yet. Maybe later on we'll put those on. Fried potatoes, we haven't got any onions yet. Regular potatoes, vegetable fats, water and onions. Again, we can't start that off just yet because we haven't got any of those. Mashed potatoes requires regular potatoes, water, milk and butter, and we can do mashed potato. Then we've got potato soup in here as well. Potato, water, starch, tomato, pepper and onions. Paprika chips, potatoes, vegetable fats and peppers. Potato pancakes, potatoes, vegetable fat, eggs and flour. Did I say flour on there on my list? Did I mention flour? I'm sure I did. Yeah, flour, 10,000 litres. We can do stuffed baked potatoes. That requires a bit more stuff, but that requires the premium potatoes, corn, milk, tomatoes, cheese, peppers and cucumber. Potato salad. I mean, as you can see, it's actually quite impressive, the amount of stuff that's required. And the things that we're going to be getting come out of here, I'm kind of excited about it, really. We are going to have to speed up time a little bit. And then croquettes. But the croquettes require mash, so we've got to make the mash first, which requires other things first. So there's a few processes need going. We can make potato croquettes as well. And then obviously, if we want to then set everything off to other things, we can. Now, it does say in the notes, information and tips, to further process products with the potato processing, like premium potatoes, starch and mashed potatoes, the production output for these products must be switched to distribute so that no pallets are ejected. So we'll get pallets out to start off with, but the mashed potato I can make, and I can get pallets, I would say pallets of mashed potato, I assume it's going to be a pallet of mashed potato. But obviously then to make croquettes, I'm going to need the mashed potato, so I'll need to switch that from storing, which will be down here somewhere. That will need to be switched over to distributing, and then that will help me then for making croquettes. So certain ones of those are going to need to be switched over to distributing. Vegetable fats will, premium potatoes, starch, French fries and potato gratin won't because they're finished products, and same with fried potatoes, but the other ones will need to be put on distributing to roll back into the processes for everything to go again. I hope that kind of makes sense. So what I'm going to do is speed up time now because I can't do any of the other processes here without some of the other things that are going to be required. So I shall speed up time. Hopefully we'll get some pallets of each popping out. We can have a look at what the pallets look like. Then we'll run it again. Hopefully then get some of the other processes running too. Fingers crossed this works all right. I will see you in a moment when we've got some more pallets. I'm going to stop momentarily just to take stock of where we're at. I think we're 3 or 4 days from when I last saw you. I've rolled through. So what I did was waited until I got a full pallet from each of these out, then set all of those to distribute. So they're now distributing into the main building. The main building itself, once I'd got a full pallet of vegetable fat, premium potatoes, and what was the other one I was waiting for? Might have been those two to start off with. I then set those over here. Oh, starch, that was it as well. So vegetable fat, premium potatoes and starch. Once I had one pallet of each of those, I set those to distributing. So that then recirculates it back into the processes, which means I can then set other processes off. I have run one pallet of French fries because we had the vegetable fat and the premium potatoes. I've done one of potato gratin already. I've done one of fried potatoes. They're sitting out there. I'll show you those in just a moment. Now I've got running mashed potato. I haven't got a full one of mashed potato yet. That's taken a really long time to get a full pallet of mashed potato. Then I will set that onto distributing because I'll need that to be able to do the croquettes, which at the moment I can't process because I don't have any mash available. So all of these are all running at the moment and in various different states as we come down here, as you'll see, different amounts, but I don't have full pallets. The mashed potato is sitting at 535 litres. I'm still to get a full pallet of that out yet. So what do they look like? Well, I have to say I'm really impressed with these. That's your cucumber pallet. That's your peppers. Your onions. I mean, they look like onions. It's really well done. Premium potato box. That's our vegetable fats. That's our potato gratin. A starch pallet. That's fried potatoes. That's French fries. We've all had out. Now, if we go into, not that one, this one, up to our selling, and then scroll down, these should all now be available down here as well as options to sell. So we'll give us our prices off to the right. So our vegetable fats, you've got farmer wholesale, potato processing, sell everything container. Those are the standard prices. Then you've got the premium potatoes, starch isn't bad. I have to say the vegetable fat, that's pretty good. The potato gratin, fried potatoes, mashed potatoes. So all the prices are all there. But bearing in mind as well, if we sell it, distribute directly to the building behind the supermarket, which isn't showing because that is a production, not technically a sell point. I mean, it is a sell point, but not. We'll get the 30% boost on that. So the prices aren't too bad anyway. If you want the pallets just coming out like that and sell pallets, you can. You can put them on automatic selling. If you do that, you take a bit of a hit on the price when you do automatic selling. But if you sell to the supermarket, we're going to get a bit of a bonus. So what I'm going to do is speed up again. Hopefully we'll get one of each of the rest of the pallets left. And we should also then get our croquettes because, yeah, I need a pallet of mash first. So again, I'll see you in a bit. I don't know how many more days are going to have to go by before we get the rest of the pallets, but I'll see you when they're all ready. I think we may have broken the back of it. So, on top of all the stuff we've got there, we have now managed to get, that's not going to help me very much, is it? We've got our mashed potato, we've got our paprika chips, we've got our potato, which one of those was potato soup? I think that's potato soup. Stuffed potatoes, potato croquettes, the potato pancakes, this one on the end. Oh, was... Hang on. It's because there's so much stuff in that list on the right hand side. Normally it would come up there. I should have probably moved the pallets further away for that to be a little bit easier to read. But that would have been... Oh, potato salad. Yeah, so the mashed potato, potato soup and potato salad. All of them are there. All of those can be sold. Now what I have also done at this point, now I've got one pallet of everything out. I went back into the menu and all of the things I've set running. So everything is now being produced. Everything that needs to be distributed is distributing where it should be going. So everything can now run. But what I've also done is come down to here and I've set everything now to distributing. Every single item is now distributing rather than storing, which means it should all now be going out to the supermarket. So what I've done on the supermarket, and if you want this to work and you want it to be, it pays per hour, you need to click on... that's weird. Why is that saying to them? Click on each one of these to make sure it's turned on. It needs to be on for those to process. I've gone all the way down all the stuff we've got. Stuffed baked potatoes. For some reason, that's not transferred over yet. Maybe it just hasn't made any potatoes yet. And then if we go up to here, we should see, there we go. All of these now in the building storage for the supermarket. On the hour, it transferred over. And on the hour, it should pay out. So vegetable fat or starch, all these things, and we all get a premium. We will get a premium for all of those things. But the supermarket will also sell all this other stuff as well. So stuff that's not being produced by that, including bread, cake, strawberries, lettuce, tomatoes, grapes, grape juice, eggs, the whole lot. So if you want to use a supermarket that's capable of doing everything, this pack will, you know, and you'll get a bonus. You'll get a sort of real good mix of all the different things you need from it. So then I think turnover... We set that to selling, I think. I'm pretty sure. And then we get paid on the hour. So, yeah. It's very cool. The greenhouses possibly could be a little bit faster, maybe. For me, the winner out of all of these... I mean, I love these. I think these look fantastic. The vegetables out of the greenhouses look amazing. I love the fact we've got all of these new products, which is absolutely fantastic. But this, the vegetable fat... That's worth its weight in gold, and that produces fairly quickly with sunflower oil, canola oil, and soybean, or one of three. You don't have to have all three of those, but that produces pretty well and pays out very well as well. So the vegetable fat is a bit of a winner. I'm not going to lie. I hope that's covered it. I hope I haven't overly confused anybody. It's just a case of making sure that if you want to have the pallets coming out, they're set on storing. If you want the different things to distribute into the main building, set them to distribute. That's the greenhouses mainly. If you want pallets coming out of this building, then you want it set on storing. If not, set them to distribute, and it will distribute out to the supermarket if you've got that placed. Most of these products will only sell, I think, if you've got that. I'm just going to double check that. Because, oh no, it did give me other places, didn't it? Farm wholesale, potato processing, the sell everything containers. I'm getting prices for all of these things on the sell everything container as well. So you don't necessarily have to have the supermarket or the farmer's market to sell. You can have one of the sell everything containers by Schultz Modding. But yeah, I think the pack's brilliant. I think it works really, really well. So that's it for the mods. It was just those two. I know that one took a little while to get through, but it was fairly complicated, and I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.